So right here is the reading roadmap. So what students are going to do is they are going to start by picking out a chapter book. They have to have it approved first by a teacher. Once they do that, they're going to split their chapter book into 6 different sections. So it might be 12 chapters. So if that's the case, they're going to do 2 chapters in one section, just so that there is 6 different sessions for all of these different activities. They're going to first read section 1. So that might be 2 chapters. It could be 3, depending on how long their book is. Once they do that, they're going to do the sketch and tell activity. So right here is a sketch and tell. They can do this on paper or digital, and they will sketch their drawing, and then they will verbally tell what is happening. Or they might write it down in this box. Okay, so again, they're going to sketch, draw it out, and then they are going to tell it by writing out what is that drawing about and what happened in those chapters. Then they're going to read their section 2, and then they're going to complete this content compactor. Right here, they're going to find a quote. They're going to summarize the quote with one word, and then they are going to do one word within their summarizing. So again, they're kind of taking it down, they're compacting it together. They're going to put the quote here, summarize that quote, one word to type of elaborate on what word would go with that quote and that summary. Once they do that, they're going to read their section 3, and they're going to do the story cubes. They are going to have dice up here. You can re-roll the dice if you need to, but students are going to use these boxes to explain how these dice connect with the story that they're reading. So they're going to say how a light bulb is that connection with what they're reading, and then they will answer right here. Students can add that image right in here, or they can just type their answer if they're just going straight from above. So totally up to you how you use that activity. In section 4, they are going to do a text message where they sent what? Students are going to have a conversation between 2 different characters within the story, and they are going to use emojis. They're going to type what is kind of happening between those 2 characters. After that, they're going to read their section 5, and they're going to come up with story stickers. They can change the color of their hydro if they need to. And they are going to write what story, the character that they're focusing on, and explain how each of those different stickers, by using the Explore tool, they can do that, or they can make their own stickers in Canva or however. And they are going to, again, explain each sticker, and then they're going to explain how it relates to the story. So just kind of a great idea for those symbolisms in different ways. So students will need 3 different stickers. Then they're going to read section 6 and do graffiti pages. On graffiti pages, they will include 2 illustrations, 2 key symbols, or keywords, and then 4 quotes. So again, students will create this on paper, or it can be done digitally, and they will work through that. Once they finish that, they're going to write. So on slide 9, they're going to have a question. In the book, it describes the hero, and they have to kind of explain those characteristics. They're going to come up with their topic sentence. Over here are sentence starters to help the students along this task. They're going to provide evidence 1, evidence elaboration 1, restate the topic, summarize their evidence, and then their mic drop sentence. You might need more or less of these slides depending on your grade level. So try to think of your students, but get them writing, and kind of using those sentence starters can be a huge help. After they write, they're going to create a project. So they can do a book trailer, they can do different endings, or a podcast reflection. So again, students will have choice here to do any of those activities. Once they finish there, they're going to do a quick reflection on this page, and they are going to rate their book, their title, their author, their genre, rate it, and then if others should read it. And then they're going to look at that book cover and decide if their judgment of the book was accurate or it surprised them, and they're going to explain. Once they finish their reflection, they are done with this roadmap. Throughout the entire roadmap, students will want to fill out this evidence tracker. This will help them when answering that writing prompt. So again, students will find evidence as they're reading the book. They can duplicate this slide as many times as they need, but as they're reading the book, they're able to provide evidence, quote from the text, and then elaborate on further if they need to. So again, what a fun roadmap for students to use as they're reading different books. And on the next book, you can have them do similar activities or change up a couple of them. It might go a lot smoother if you use the same activities throughout, because then they're familiar with them, and they are pretty engaging activities for students to do.